we're back for another great episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show right here on WCTV. Boy, that's right there, right where my finger is. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about like we always have to. By the way, if there is an echo right here, I apologize for it. The TV that is here in the studio, I'm trying to point to it. But anyways, yeah. The audio is on, and there will be a reason why later on at the end of the show, and we're gonna have time for it because I'm gonna go lightning quick here. Let's start with NASCAR. Bank of America Roval 400. Chase Elliott won. That's his fourth consecutive win for a road course. Ty Dillon won stage 1. Ryan Blaney won stage 2. John Hunter Nemechek got into a wreck on lap 23. Ty Dillon spun out on lap 65, brought out the caution. And meanwhile, 5 laps later, Austin Dillon, who was in the playoffs, ragged down, lost his hopes of winning the Cup. There's Martin Truex Jr. getting into a wreck, but don't worry, he's fine. Notice the windshield wipers are out because it was raining that day. Oh boy, you gotta love road courses. Really funny, and it always seems to rain during the road courses too, may I say. But still, definitely pretty crazy. There's Kurt Busch as well spinning out, but Kurt Busch also made it as well. Playoff buster Eric Jones had third place finish. A playoff buster is someone who's not in the playoffs but had a good race. Rookie Cole Custer, 9th place. Round of 8's coming up. Field is shrunken once again from 12 now down to 8. Next race is at Kansas this Sunday. Next 3 races will determine the championship. And Texas and Martinsville will also round of 8s. 2 speedways, 1 short track. Of course, short track being the world famous half-mile Martinsville. Kevin Harvick, unsurprisingly, leading the pack. What else did you expect? Kurt Busch is in 8th place, and Kyle Busch, last year's defending champion, didn't make it. What a disappointing season it has been for Kyle Busch. 1 win, of course, is going to advance you to the finals, so it should be fun to watch, to say the least. Anyway, it's time to go to the postseason. MLB, A's against the Sign Steelers, and the Sign Steelers won. Come on. They surprised everyone. 4-game triumph. Oakland has not reached the LCS in 14 years to 2006 when they got swept to Detroit. Houston scored 7 runs in the last 4 innings of Game 2, and the Sign Steelers scored 5 runs in 4th inning Game 4. Rays against Yankees. Rays won the series. There is the man, Mike Rousseau, who hit a go-ahead game-winning home run the 8th inning in Game 5 to win the series to send Tampa to their first American League Championship Series since 2008. Kevin Kiermaier hit a 3-run home run in Game 3, too. Braves against the Marlins. Atlanta gives Miami their very first postseason series loss of all time. Disappointing, I know. It's not like the Marlins had no business in being in the postseason. Travis d'Arnaud had 3-run bomb in Game 1. Marlins didn't score any runs during Games 2 and 3. Dodgers against the Padres. Dodgers swept the series 3-0. Yeah, Slam Diego's done with. But look, their fans there for the National League Championship Series and the World Series, which we'll get to later. Cody Bellinger had a home run. A home run in Game 2. Mixing up my words. Los Angeles scored 12 runs to win the series in Game 3. There was that game. Slam Diego is done with. Dodgers, too much of a match for them. And it's Rays against the Sign Steelers, and Tampa's winning the series. Blake Snell recorded 5 innings, allowed 1 run in Game 1. Of course, ALCS is at Petco Park. Manuel Margot had a 3-run bomb in Game 2 after a Jose Altuve error. And the Rays scored 5 runs in 6th inning in Game 3 last night. Dodgers against Braves. Of course, there was that picture. We'll show it again. 11,500 fans are allowed at Globe Life Field. Yeah, again, if it was in Florida, it'd be full capacity because the governor just okayed full capacity. Dear God, Florida's the dumbest state in the world for idiots. Anyways, but yeah, 11,500. A little worrisome in the barn that Tropicana Field, otherwise known as Globe Life Field. But the Braves winning the series 2-0. Max Fried, 6 innings, only allowed 1 run in Game 1. And Dodgers almost came back from 7-0, putting up 4 runs in the 9th inning, but they ended up losing 8-7. Now time for the NBA Finals. There was Game 5, and there was Game 6. Game 5 went to the Miami Heat. They survived with a 111-100 victory. Jimmy Butler had triple-double in that game and played every minute of that game except for 1 minute. Unbelievable. Starting five for Miami had double-digit players, and Miami only had 7 players going that night. They still win. LeBron had 40 points. Great effort. Danny Green missed a big shot that might have won it for Los Angeles, and death threats were unfortunately sent to his family. That's actually nothing to joke about. Very unfortunate, and goes to show that sometimes fans can get a little too carried away. But yeah, Miami forced the Game 6. But what happened in Game 6 is something you might be asking yourself. And what happened was that the Los Angeles Lakers did it. Number 17, and they have tied the Boston Celtics all time for NBA Final Championships, their first NBA Final Championship in 10 years. But yeah, they were winning by 36 points at their peak, and speaking of 36 points, that's how much Miami got in one half. But anyways, yeah, people were outside Staples Center getting a little too carried away with the celebrations, but hey, they did it. They won the NBA Finals, something Los Angeles hasn't seen in 10 years. They did it. They did it for Kobe. They did it for the city. They did it. I mean, honestly, I'm not a Lakers fan, but you know what? Great job out of Los Angeles. First championship. Hey, their shirt was J.R. Smith. Some things don't ever change from the great city of Cleveland. Anyways, NBA Finals MVP. Who else won it other than LeBron James? There he is. He's arguably the greatest NBA player of all time. 4th time he has won the NBA Finals. 4th time he has won MVP. He joins the likes of his teammate Danny Green, Robert Horry, and John Sal. He's the only players with the championships in 3 different teams. Did it with the Heat in 2012-13. Did it here. The Warriors still blew a 3-1 lead. And now he just did it in Los Angeles. First player in NBA history to win Finals MVP for 3 different teams. And during this NBA Finals, 6 games, he averaged 29.8 points per game, 11.8 rebounds per game, and 8.5 assists per game. And I have to remind you that he's done all this 2.5 months shy of his 36th birthday. Holy cow. 2012, 13 titles. That was all for himself. He went all the way to Miami just to win some titles. And then in 2016 was for this great city to end the curse for the greatest story we have ever seen. And 2020 is for respect. I think this pretty much clinches LeBron maybe being the greatest player in the history of basketball. Some people say Michael Jordan. Some people might go all the way back with Bill Russell or Wilt or, Larry Magic. Just saying, but yeah, it's your opinion, but I'm saying LeBron. I don't know if it's because I'm biased being a Cleveland Akron kid, but yeah, he's the greatest, or arguably the greatest thing to come out of Akron. Unbelievable. He represents this city perfectly. He represents Northeast Ohio in the best way you possibly can. He wanted Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, JR, and Ray John all to be on that team. I guarantee you one thing, he'll be 50 years old and still be the best player in the NBA. LeBron James, just a great job out of a great basketball player who has spent half his life playing the sport professionally that he has enjoyed since birth. Yeah, but yeah, time to go to high school football, NFL. Tommy's picks. How well did I do? Well, St. Ignatius beats Solon. Medina beats Strongsville. By the way, this is playoff time. It is March Madness in October, and March Madness is pretty mad. But this is not March Madness. This is football. It's October Madness. But yeah, Medina beats Strongsville 37-7. Mentor beat the tar out of Shaker Heights. Stowe beat Cleveland Heights 45-14. Nordonia really took it to Lakeside 48-0. Barberton gets a big win against Lakewood. The one-win Magic heading into that game won 49-0. 48-21. Wadsworth ends that little drought they had with a big win. And North Royalty picks up their first win of the season in the postseason with a dramatic triple overtime win against Amherst. Boardman ends Cuyahoga Falls season with a 49-0 win. Yeah, again, their season isn't necessarily over yet. They can still play some exhibition matches. I'm just saying. Twinsburg beat Brush 42-14. Dover beat Talmadge 63-21. Roosevelt beat University 28-3. So that's what happened in the great world of high school football. NFL, Bears beat the Buccaneers 20-19, probably because Tom Brady forgot what down it was. Panthers beat the Falcons, and Dan Quinn has finally been fired. Woohoo! 23-16. That's right. Ravens beat the Bungles 27-3. And the Bill O'Brien-less Texans beat the Jaguars 30-14. And the Raiders upset the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, $500,000,000 Patrick Mahomes, 40-32. Cardinals beat Fire Adam Gase, otherwise known as the Jets, 30-10. Steelers beat the Eagles, 38-29. Rams beat the Washington football team, 30-10. But the big story was that Alex Smith was in his first game in almost 2 years, got a really bad injury, almost ended his career, almost ended his leg too, almost never walked again, had the opportunity to amputate it, but nope. He decided to come back. Dwayne Haskins, who's horrible, got benched. And this quarterback, the quarterback who took over for the football team got hurt, so Alex Smith took over for the Washington football team. And it was a Free Willy winner, Free Willy, 43-17 against 49ers too. Browns are on fire. 4 wins in a row, baby. First time since 1994 that's happened. 32-23. This team is fantastic. And the Cowboys beat the Giants, losers 37-34. Prayers up for Dak Prescott. Probably going to be out for a season with that really bad ankle injury. Andy Dalton looking for a comeback here. Seahawks beat the Vikings in a great game, 27-26. Saints beat the Chargers, 30-27 in overtime because the Chargers missed the game-winning field goal. And the Titans beat the Bills last night in the first Tuesday night football game since 2010, 42-16. And my Week 5 fantasy football team was god-awful. Lamar Jackson, 19.5 points. Malcolm Brown, 4 points. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 11. DeAndre Hopkins got me 26.1. Odell got me 11.52. Greg Olsen, 3 points. Ryan Suckup, 14 points. NCL, 7. So anyways, how I did this week for high school football. 7-5, 7 points. Remember, no locks, no upsets. Barberton, North Royalton, Wadsworth surprised me the most. A lot of upsets in the first round, too. All suburban teams except for Talmadge and Cuyahoga Falls. One, of course. They still have a lot more games to play. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to schedule some. Maybe they'll face off against each other. That'll be a great game. How did I do last week for the NFL? Well, 10-4 record, 11 points. Lock of the week 1, Baltimore upset Buffalo, lost 50-25 56 points. So meanwhile, checking my fantasy football team, but yes, my fantasy football team did win with 133 points. How about that? That is mighty impressive. 2-3 now, even though I have 670 total points this entire season, which, if I am not mistaken, is 3rd in my fantasy football league. Sometimes fantasy football can be really mean. I almost lost 2. It was a 2-point differential, but hey, I have DK Metcalf and Hunter Henry on my bench. My friends are yelling at me and criticizing me, saying, why did you trade away Mark Andrews? Well, simple. He did terrible in week 2 and did terrible in week 3. I didn't think he was going to be good. Obviously, I am wrong, obviously. Now time for Tommy's picks. A lot of stuff going on. Oh, boy, here we go. St. Edward against Medina. Going to go with St. Edward. McKinley against Brunswick. Got to go with McKinley. Euclid against St. Ignatius. Going to pick those Wildcats. Mentor against Stowe. Cardinals going to win that game. Hoban against Roosevelt. Hoban wins it. Austintown Fitch against Twinsburg. Got to go with Austintown. Hudson against Bedford. Hudson undefeated, one of the best teams in Northeast Ohio. Got to go with the Explorers. Mayfield against Nordonia. I'm picking the Knights to win. Avon Lake against Wadsworth. I think Wadsworth's season ends here. They win by Avon Lake. Toledo St. John's against Barberton. St. John's wins. Brecksville against Oregon Clay. Got to go with the Brecksville, Broadview, Heights, Bees, otherwise known as BBHB. And Olmsted Falls against North Royalton. Going to pick Olmsted Falls. And Highland against Fremont Ross. And in the words of a famous person whose last name is Ross, Bob Ross, Highland is going to beat the devil out of Ross. We're just going to get some happy little touchdowns. I mean, Aaron's probably going to throw a touchdown pass to, I don't know, maybe Max or Luke, but it's your world. He can easily throw it to someone like Luke, Bryce, or John. I mean, we're probably going to win it and beat the devil out of Ross. You know, that's what he did. We'll get out the titanium what for a big win. But, yeah, Bob Ross, great guy. I love Bob Ross. Aurora against 10 DCL. Got to go with Aurora. Norwalk against Copley. Copley has been unbelievable this season. 6-0, just beat Aurora. Got to go with Copley. Revere against the Buckeye Bucks. Going to go with the Buckeye Bucks. NFL time. Panthers against the Bears. Got to go with the Bears. They've been on fire. Colts up against the Bungles. Never thought I was going to say this at the beginning of the season, but like in the week's got to be the Colts. Jaguars against the loser Lions. Got to go with the Jaguars. Vikings against bye-bye Dan Quinn. I got to go with the Vikings because the Vikings gave Seahawks a good push last week. Giant losers against the Washington football team. God have mercy on us. Someone has to win that. Got to go with the Giant losers because I don't love to see it. Giant losers have same record as the Washington football team. Eagles against the Ravens. Speaking of horrible teams and a horrible division, I got the Ravens winning. Steelers against the Browns at Heinz Field. We will win, and we will dominate Big Ben for what will be the first time in a long time, at least at Heinz Field. I can't remember last time Browns. Was it really back in 2003, that big Sunday night massacre against Pittsburgh, which the bus was stopped and Tommy Maddox or Cordell Stewart, think Tommy Maddox was the quarterback, either him or Cordell, but still, unbelievable. It's been that long. Titans against no more Bill O'Brien. Titans are going to win. Did you see that stiff arm Derrick Henry had against Josh Norman? I mean, Josh Norman looked like a paperweight, literally just shoving him to the ground like a WWE wrestler. Tampa Bay against the Packers. Got to pick the Packers. 49ers against the Rams, going with the Rams. Patriots and Broncos were originally going to play last week, but because of this stupid nuisance called COVID, it got pushed back. But hey, Patriots are still going to win. Free Willy against Fire Ram. Gates said Free Willy's going to win. Cowboys against the Cardinals. Going to go with the Cardinals. Of course, I don't know if, Andy Dalton can do it. By the way, that's Monday. And you know what's also Monday? Bills Chiefs. Going to go with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. Anyways, Week 6 fantasy team. Kyler Murray as my quarterback. Kareem Hunt and Aaron Jones as my running backs. Justin Jefferson as my receiver, along with A.J. Brown. Mark Andrews tight end. Zeke Elliott flex player. Cody Parkey as a kicker. And the Colts defense. Right there, Colts defense and Kyler Murray are on my real fantasy teams. Same with the Zeke Elliott. And originally Mark Andrews, but I was really dumb. So I promised you this, and I promised my friends I was going to do this at school, but it's the Cleveland Browns rap. Now, something, by the way, this is going to be the cringiest thing you'll ever hear, so I highly encourage you to turn off your TV. But still, it's a rap song that I wrote. Or no, it's based off the DK rap, but I changed it to the Browns. So without any interruptions, let's do this. Here we go. So they're finally here and waiting for you. You should know this team and you know this too. Put your hands together, cause we're on a roll and they'll take you to the Super Bowl. Cleveland Browns. He's the leader of the team. His name rings a bell. He's on fire
and he's doing well. His arm's like a gun. He can throw it deep. If you're on D, he'll put you to sleep. He's bigger, tougher. He don't joke around. He's a quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns will win. These Browns can run. So listen up, fans. They're the best halfbacks in this great big land. They'll get 1,000 yards and get 1,000 more when they're on the field. They're gonna score. If you hate them, get out of town. Wins or big touchdown runs. They're two cool Browns. Cleveland Browns. He's real, he's strong, he's really great. This Brown's impossible to hate. He must players when he needs to. He will score touchdowns just for you. Multi-touchdowns is something he'll do. This Brown is great and you know it's true. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns will win. But he's back again, and he's awesome too. And he'll make the defense boo. He can throw real far using his left hand with many receptions. He's a great man. He'll make you smile on any down. But defense beware, 'cause he's one tough Brown. Cleveland Browns. Finally, they're here in town. It's the big defense of the Cleveland Browns. This is so good, it isn't funny. Could make the QB cry out for mommy. Could make interceptions with relative ease. Make stripping the ball seem such a breeze. They will get sacks. They'll ruin others' dreams. They're what you want on your fantasy teams.
Come on, Kevin. Take it to the fridge.
Touchdowns, field goals, many comebacks, pig strips, forced fumbles, Miles Garrett sacks. Oh yeah, touchdowns, field goals, many comebacks, pig strips, forced fumbles, Miles Garrett sacks. Oh yeah.
That's it. Yes, there's rhythm. But yeah, it's really funny. By the way, I was sounding like that because that's how they say it by the legend himself, George Andreas. And Grant Kirkhope wrote the song, but this really cool guy named George Andreas performed the song with another cool guy. His name is Chris Sutherland. Oh, but yeah, really funny. I am officially the greatest rapper of all time. I believe this is Chris Sutherland, by the way. I'm the greatest rapper of all time. Imagine if this gains a lot of attention throughout all of Northeast Ohio. Crazy kid makes a parody of a corny rap song about the Cleveland Browns because they won 4 games in a row and they're probably going to make the playoffs and they're probably going to make the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, Baker Mayfield for MVP. Baker Mayfield is going to win MVP. Kevin Stefanski, Coach of the Year, no doubting it, no sirree. But anyways, yeah, a rap song about that. I'm officially the greatest rapper Eminem will never diss, probably because he doesn't know me. But you know what? But come think about it. What's better between me and Eminem? Rapping about the Cleveland Browns or rapping about Mom Spaghetti? I think we all know what's better, rapping about the Cleveland Browns, but my mom makes some good spaghetti. She's going to have that for dinner for us tonight. Thank you, Mom. But yeah, come on. Well, I'd rather rap about the Browns than Mom Spaghetti or the real Slim Shady. Boo! That's it. That's all we have. So sorry for that rap song, but I feel like it had to have been done. Yeah, clapper votings. Clapper votings, as it says right here. And you have to go to the WCTV Facebook page. Yes, sirree. And trying to check right now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that silly old rap song. But yeah, it's on the WCTV Facebook page. There it is. All I do is click on the link, and then you vote, and you vote, and you vote for your favorite. I'm number 11, best special event. I'm episode number 47, top 10 greatest PlayStation 2 sports games of all time. Number 12, I have episode number 24, in which I lose my mind against the Browns. And category number 14, Curse of Jim Brown, which is going to be outdated once the Browns make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Please vote. Voting ends Monday. And please love WCTV and love these shows. Of course, you can vote as many times as you'd like. So long and goodbye from Wadsworth, Ohio.